The Dictionary of Real Estate Appraisal, page 164. Chapter O continued, picking up at option term. A stipulated time period during which the holder of an option can exercise his or her rights under the option agreement. Oral report. A communication of the results of evaluation or review assignment that is transmitted to the client orally, for instance, in person, by phone, or in court testimony or a deposition. The reporting requirements for oral reports are the same as for written reports. See also written appraisal report. Ordinance. A public regulation, a law, usually local. Ordinary annuity. A type of annuity in which cash flows are paid at the end of each period, also known as an annuity in arrears. See also annuity and annuity payable in advance. Ordinary income. Income that is subject to income taxes at the taxpayer's regular rate, as distinguished from capital gains income, which may be taxable at a lower rate. Or, acronym for owned real estate. See real estate owned, REO. OREO. See other real estate owned. Organization fee. A one-time fee received by the promoter or general partner for organizing a syndicate. Original cost. In accounting, the acquisition cost of a property to its present owner. The net invoice price of an asset. Origination fee. A fee paid to a lender for processing a loan application. The origination fee is stated in the form of points. 1 point is 1% of the mortgage amount. Origin destination survey. A traffic study technique in which the movement of people, vehicles, and goods in a given area is systematically sampled to determine where journeys begin and end. The purpose of journeys, the modes of travel, the time elapsed, and the land uses at the origin and the destination, also called an O&D survey. Other income. All income generated in the operation of the property that is not derived directly from space rental. Other real estate owned. The acronym is OREO, O-R-E-O. A term used primarily by commercial banks to identify real property on the bank's books that was taken back through foreclosure of a mortgage loan or other means. The term other real estate owned is used by banks to distinguish foreclosed real estate from bank real estate owned, REO, which refers to corporate real estate assets. Typically, the real estate industry uses the term REO for foreclosed real estate. See also real estate owned, REO. Outdoor amphitheater. An outdoor concert soundstage that typically includes a band shell to project sound from the performance area towards audience seating. Outdoor sign. A display board, typically for outdoor advertising purposes, such as a billboard, may be illuminated. See also off-premise sign and on-premise sign and painted bulletin and poster. Outdoor stadium. A high-capacity open-air arena designed for large-scale sporting and entertainment events. Outlet shopping center. An aggregation of factory outlet stores, usually located in rural or tourist locations. An outlet shopping center consists primarily of manufacturers' outlet stores selling their own brand merchandise at a discount. An outlet center is typically not anchored. A strip configuration is most common, although some, page 165, centers are enclosed and others can be arranged in a village format. Outlet centers range from 50,000 and 400,000 square feet of gross leasable area, encompassing 10 to 15 acres. And the primary trade area is between 25 and 75 miles, with an abundance of customers coming from outside primary trade area. Outlot. A building site or pad that benefits from being part of a larger development. See also retail pad site. Outsourcing. The use of independent contractors to perform professional or governmental services or to manufacture product components. In appraisal, services such as the appraisal management process, environmental property assessment, and building cost estimating are often outsourced to outside firms or consultants. Outstanding balance. The acronym is just capital B. The present value of the debt service on a level payment loan over the remaining amortization period, discounted at the interest rate, also called balance outstanding. Overage income. See overage rent. Overage rent. The percentage rent paid over and above the guaranteed minimum rent or base rent, calculated as a percentage of sales in excess of a specified breakpoint sales volume. See also percentage rent. Overall capitalization rate. The acronym is capital R over O. The relationship between a single year's net operating income expectancy and the total property price or value. It shows a formula here. It says overall capitalization rate, the acronym R over O, equals I over O divided by V over O. So I'm assuming it's the acronym ERV. Overall income divided by overall value or price equals your overall capitalization rate. Overall yield rate. The acronym is capital Y over O. The rate of return on the total capital invested, including both debt and equity, also called the property yield rate. When applied to cash flows, it is called a discount rate. Overbuilding. The construction of more structures of a particular type than can be absorbed by the market at prevailing prices. Overflight area. The airspace over a property through which aircraft may pass so long as the property's occupants suffer no inconvenience beyond established standards. Overhead. Expenses incurred for direction and administration that are necessary for the development and management of real estate and the operation of a business enterprise. Overhead easement. The right to use space at a designated distance above the surface of the land. For instance, for power lines, aviation, and air rights. Over-improvement. An improvement that does not represent the most profitable use for the site on which it is placed because it is too large or costly and cannot develop the highest possible land value. May be temporary or permanent. Can be considered a superadequacy and measured accordingly in estimating depreciation. Overlay zone. See floating zone. Overpass. A grade separation where a roadway passes over another roadway or a railroad. Constructed to avoid surface intersections and traffic congestion. Overriding royalty. An interest in oil and gas that the lessee retains when Executing a sublease or assignment. Overrun. Cost or expense in excess of budgeted cost. For instance, in the budget for a real estate development. Oversupply. An excess of supply over demand, indicated by high vacancy rates, extended marketing times, sluggish absorption rates, and declining rents or prices. Owned real estate. See real estate owned, REO. Owner occupied, number 1, describes real estate physically occupied by the owner as opposed to vacant property or a property occupied by tenants. Page 166. Owner occupied, number 2. In residential lending, a classification of property occupied by the owner rather than a tenant. A residential owner-occupant can usually obtain better mortgage rates and preferred tax treatment. Owner of record. The owner of title to a property as indicated by public records. And lastly, ownership rate. The ratio of the number of household heads in a given subgroup who own their homes to the total number of the persons in that subgroup. End of page.